Many people are actually saying that Detroit is an amazing place to invest as the prices are still very low. And many do also say it's up and coming. Now, I'm going to give you 5 reasons why I think Detroit could be a place to put your money in the real estate market. I'm going to give you, though, 10 disadvantages, and I'll give you the circumstances where you should and shouldn't invest. So let's get going. Here are the 5 reasons why I think Detroit could be a good place to put your money in the real estate market. Number one, the prices are extremely low. So the average property price in Detroit as of February 2021 was only $47,600. Mind you, it is a year-on-year increase of 22%. And if we look back to 2013, actually February 2013, the prices were even lower. Actually, they were incredibly low at $15,600. Number two, new tech companies have actually been moving in. So if we look at Google and Microsoft, they've been opening up offices. And this is good from a point of view, from an economic rebound point of view. Number three, the economy, although we have to be honest, has been reliant on the automotive industry in Detroit. It actually is beginning to diversify. So new industries have moved in, notably health, aerospace, finance, and internet companies as well. Number four, I want to do a price comparison with one of my favorite cities to invest, Tampa. So the average price in Tampa is $286,000. And in Detroit, it's only $47,600. But if we look at the net salaries, yes, they're a lot higher in Tampa at $3,900 per month net. But in Detroit, they're actually not too bad at around $2,500 per month net. So if we look at this in ratio, you would think that Detroit actually is a lot more cheaper. And number five, I want to look at the rental market. So there are many renters in Detroit. So 44% of people who live in Detroit are renters. And this would indicate some very, very good yields. And in particular, let's look at single family homes where demand to rent these properties has actually skyrocketed. And the average price of these actually in Detroit is still very, very good, way below $100,000 at $58,000. And also, let's look at the fact that there's more millennials moving in, and that's good for the rental market. So I've given you 5 amazing reasons actually to invest in Detroit. However, there are 10 reasons I'm going to give you which tell me that Detroit isn't as good as people say. And number one, property. Yeah, it's cheap, but it's cheap for a reason. So the average price is very low, but you have to take into account that the average price is brought down because many homes in Detroit are still in need of repairs. Number two, I want to talk about the high unemployment. So currently it's around 11, actually it's higher than 11%. And even in March of 2020, just before the pandemic, the unemployment rate was 9%. And this is much higher than the national average in the US. Number three, I want to talk about the very, very high crime rate. Now, granted, 1980s was an absolute disaster in Detroit. Things have improved a lot since then. But even as recently as 2018, I think, yes, 2018, Detroit actually had the 3rd highest murder rate among fairly major US cities. So only St. Louis and Baltimore had higher murder rates. And in actual fact, it's the as of 2018, it is actually the 42nd worst city in the world for murder rates. Number two, I want to talk about the poor public transport system. So there's no metro system. And really, to get about quite freely in Detroit, you do need a car. Number five, Detroit is in Michigan, which has a state income tax of 4.25%. Now, I'm not saying this is amazingly high, but when we look at places like Florida, Nevada, Texas, there are no state income taxes. Number six, I want to talk about poor tenant quality. So you're going to have to be careful who you rent your property to. You're going to have to really be on your guard and vet your tenants and be really, really hands-on, because it's not like, for example, renting a place in Tampa where you more or less know that your tenants are going to be fairly high quality. Here, you're going to have to be a lot more careful. Number seven, I want to talk about perhaps, which is the most important point, depopulation. So in 1950, I know it's a long time ago, but actually Detroit used to be the fifth largest city in terms of population with 1.8 million. But by 2019, this had actually fallen to 670,000. And in actual fact, it still is falling year on year at around 0.3, 0.4%. And this is not good going forward for the real estate market. Actually, I've got some amazing statistics. Between 2000 and 2010, Detroit actually lost 25% of its residents. And in period 2010 to 2019, not as bad, but it actually still lost a further 6% of its residents. Number 8, you have to be careful with squatters in Detroit. So it is quite a major problem. So if you are repairing a property or leave your property empty, squatters may move in, and to get them out can be a real problem. Number 9, also I want to talk about the high property taxes in Detroit City. So I actually used the Michigan property tax estimator for a property, let's say, you would buy for $200,000, and each year you'd pay $7,032 in tax. That's if you don't rent it out. But if you rent out the property, it's actually $8,850. So go check that out. It's the Michigan property tax estimator. These are very, very high property taxes to pay, and it might put a lot of investors off. And number 10, I still think Detroit, much as I think it's diversifying, I still think it's too reliant on the auto industry. So if this takes a further downturn, Detroit could suffer further. So what's the conclusion? My conclusion is Detroit does offer a lot of opportunities, but you're going to have to be somebody really, really hands-on. It is definitely not for the faint-hearted or for the risk-averse. You're going to have to be there hands-on, make sure the tenants are of good quality. You're going to have to do some project work if you really want to make some money here. Otherwise, I would not invest in Detroit. If you're one who likes to, what I call fly to let, so you buy, stay in a place for a couple of weeks or so, find a property, rent it out to pretty secure tenants, this is not for you. You are really going to be really going to have to be hands-on. Now, people might say, what about the actual metro area, so away from the actual center of Detroit? Well, yes, you could invest, but the prices are a lot higher. So if you take, let's say, Grosse Pointe Park, which has been touted by a lot of realtors, the average price is $427,000, or even if you take Corktown, $300,000, or Livonia, which is less, but it's still $244,000. At this point, I would rather actually go for a better area. I think, let's say Tampa, where you have a major airport and a lot more tourism, and the average price is still reasonable. If you do decide to invest maybe just slightly out of Detroit, maybe you could go for somewhere like East English Village at $128,000 on average price, and you're pretty close to the downtown. Otherwise, really, if you're going to make an investment here, you're going to have to really make it in Detroit City itself, where the prices are low and where you're really going to be hands-on. I think you will make, if you do go for it, you will make money, but you're going to have to actually be there and really be not a risk-averse investor. So it's absolutely not for the average investor, but for those who are willing to go there, get their hands dirty, and potentially make a lot of money. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Have you considered investing in Detroit, whether you're from the US or from outside the US? I would love to hear your comments. If this video has been of some help, please do click the like button. If you like my channel in general, please do subscribe, and I'll see you very soon. Thank you for today, and bye.